rest for the wicked as we edge closer to the festive period out in the Championship. And it's Norwich, the team to beat, as they smash, dash, past Stoke. We'll talk about that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show today. We're taking a look at Matchday number 14 out of the Championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, World Football related. We've got it all here in our bloody car. That's right, we're still here. It's Thanksgiving actually here, so to all those Americanos out there or whoever else celebrates the old Thanksgiving, cheers to you as a cup of coffee. Circle K from the old Bill and Ted. Woo! I'll have a slog just for you guys. In fact, I'll have a slog just for Humphrey, who is the latest member of the VIP exclusive gang, the Brotherhood. Woo! The latest member of the patrons. That's right. We're trying to get ourselves up to 25. We might be up to 23 now, as we were before. So yeah, he becomes the latest member. So I do appreciate the support, brother. I really, really bloody do. And over the next few days, I'm going to give you multiple shout outs because you're so special, and it's all eyes on you. So yeah, here's to you, brother. The latest brother. So if you are interested to become the latest member of the Brotherhood, to become 24 or maybe even 25 or even 26, check out the links down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. So here we go. Here's to you, Humphrey. It's bloody burning. It's bloody morning. What is it? 8:55 on Thanksgiving. We're going to have some turkey. We're going to have some flipping something else. Have some beers. But anyway, let's get into it, of course, and take a look at how we all got on last time around then. I've got about 18 machines on my hands, so let's take a look. So, of course, here's the criteria once again, not to fall you in the shit-face game. 5 to 9 straight-face go 10 plus. There's none of those. You're in the top bins, lad. So here we go. Take a look back, of course, to the games that took place on Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, we can kick it off with Kenilworth Road. That was Luton Town 1, Birmingham 1. Lucas Chicago, that's, of course, ex-Dingle there on the score sheet for Birmingham. And a 1-1 draw. Matty Pearson equalised Luton. I went with a 1-0 win for Luton. Birmingham just grinding out the results, as are Luton at the moment. Of course, next up, QPR against Rotherham. That ended up at a goals galore. Did it? No, it was a 2-1 win for QPR. No, 3-2 win, sorry. My picks are on the left. The real deal's on the right. So I went with a 1-0 for Luton. It was a 1-1. And of course, the QPR game was a 3-2 win for QPR. Ellis Chair, Bright Samuel, and Lyndon Dykes, of course, on the score sheet for QPR. Michael Smith and Freddie Laperdo as well on the score sheet for Rotherham. I actually went with a 2-1 win, so ain't too shabby on that one. Goal, and a very interesting game over at the Bet365. Stoke 2, Norwich 3 in the end. I actually went with the 2-0 win for Stoke. Tyrese Campbell, Nick Collins on the score sheet. Two young guns there. Well, of course, the defender for Collins, Tyrese Campbell was scoring goals, though. Emiliano Buenda and Timo Pukki with a couple of goals. Buenda actually got himself sent off. I don't know how many games that is. Are we on the horizon for that? I don't think we are. 3-2 win as Norwich go top of the Pops. Oh yeah, top of the Pops. Wycombe, 0-0 draw against Huddersfield. That's a good result for them. 1-0 for me. So I got that one wrong. Barnsley, our next opponents, they were played against Brentford. They lost 1-0 at home. So maybe, just maybe, we can also get one of those collector's items. Ivan Toney, of course, on the goal scoring tally as well. Add another one to his name. So all the goal scorers, the Tyrese Campbells, the Timo Pukkis, of course, right here, right now, Ivan Toney on the score sheet. I went with the 1-1 draw. I thought Barnsley might grind something out of this one, but no. Of course, the game of the weekend or midweek was, of course, Preston 2. I was going to say 2. Preston 0. Blackburn Rovers 3, of course. Joseph Rafati got himself sent off. Adam Armstrong converted the respective penalty. That was the big bad boy Brereton. Tyrese Dolan show, of course, in the second half as we pissed all over the nearest and dearest. 3-0 win for Rovers. How about that? That's what we say about that. Moving on, Bournemouth 2-0 wins over Forest. What's going on with Chris Hughton? He's not really got into top gear yet. Junior Stas with a couple of goals there. As Bournemouth put a business-like performance with a 2-0 win. Actually, one of the 3-1 win myself, and that's about that. That's just Tuesday's games into Wednesday now. Middlesbrough against Derby. That's Wayne Rooney's Derby, having a bit of a problem. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that was his audition the past couple of games, and they failed. So Wayne Rooney is not ready. He's not caliber for the manager. It looks like John Terry has been penciled in. Perhaps we'll see. We'll see what happens. Of course, he's assistant over at Villa. Brett Summerlonger, Matt Clark with a big for OG, and Marvin Johnson on the score sheet. Actually, won the 2-0 win myself, so ain't too bad. Millwall against against Reading was a 1-1 draw. Jed Wallace and Lucas Chow. I went with a 1-0 win for Millwall. Again, the wheels are coming off for Reading, so they're starting to fall down that table after blitzing the start. But hey, they're still in the discussion, so let's just see what happens. Of course, Bristol City 0, Watford 0, and that was down at Thrashton Gate. Again, Watford not really bubbling at the moment. They're just stagnating a little bit. They've got the performances in the locker when they need. Cardiff are in a bit of trouble after a 1-0 loss to Coventry, and that's a big result for them. Tyler Walker on the score sheet on the 54th minute to give Coventry the 3 points. And then Swansea City against Choli Poulis' derby end up all square. I think it probably is a big point that for Sheffield. Adam Reach on the score sheet with 27th minute. Andre Ayew on the 60th minute as well to wrap that bad boy up. And as you can see, I got myself 4. Oh dear. Shame on bloody me. So of course, let's take a look at the table as it bloody stands. Here it is. Norwich City at top of the pops with 1 point over Norwich, who have a 2-point cushion over Bristol City. The cream has risen. That's what I'm telling you right now. Bristol City, Swansea, Watford and Reading make up the top 6. Rovers up to 12th. They were 10th midweek, but now they're up to 12th. Derby, Wycombe and Coventry are in the relegation zone as it stands. Technically, I think Sheffield Wednesday is still in there. Regardless of all that, a win for Rovers, we could go as high as 7th in the end of this weekend. So we'll see how that pans out. Of course, that's my picks. That's the table. Of course, let's get into the old red hot prediction league then, shall we? Of course, kicking off with a recap of the criteria. Bang, bang, bong. There you have it. So Luke Arvin Stringer, you did all right, brother. Cody Ho, well done. You did just like me. Absolute poopski. Joachim Jakobsen, you had a good weekend. Not too bad, brother. Good week in the way, with a good set of scoreline period. AK Full Stop did poop. Simple Science 6 did okay. Russell Frost did absolute shocker, just like me. Tom Stainer did poop. He was top last week. Shit this week. Shane O'Donnell also did very, very well. Well done, brother. Well done. Nathan Heaver also did very, very well. Well done to you. Mitchell Shoney also did very, very well. This is the Patreon page. Look at the patrons here. Inglorious H bloody D. Omar Esquivel did shocking though. It's all right, brother. Ultra Owen Mirror also did shocking. It's just like me. We're all right. Anyway, Miniaka, he did okay. Vincent Hong did bits. Mr. Norwich did all right. Harry did poop. Yannick Buster did okay. Clark of Captain Six's direction. He also did okay. Coquet did poop. Dennis Keneally also did shocking. I Hate Mania poop. John did all right. And Gaming Charlie not too bad. And LG and Cal also had a howler just like this guy. Moving on forward, we have Natho 344. I'm giving you a free clap there just because I like you. And Alex Well also did very, very well. Now, of course, those are the picks. What does that mean in the old prediction league? Let's have a look at it, shall we, this week and this week alone. Close your eyes. Close your bloody eyes. Mr. Norwich and Alex Weller got himself 7 out of 12. Yeah, not too bad there. Oh, your King Pings this week. Bow down to your kings. That is Alex Weller now and Mr. Norwich, of course. The patrons there in the top 5, which are shown here, Jakob Jakobsen and Shane, oh bloody Donald. That's just this week and this week alone. Let's take a look at, of course, the overall leaderboard. My scores are not in there yet. It's too hard to do on the road. Welcome, Jakobsen. Here's your current patron. Well done to you, brother. Well done. He's actually got 1 point or percentage point lead over Russell Frost and Shane O'Donnell, also patrons as well. So good kudos to them. Game China not too far away either. Neither is okay. Okay, he's not just okay. He's bloody well in the top 5. Vincent Hong as well as up there. Yannick Buster and Cody Cahoe, amongst the names that make up the top 10. Omar Esquivel and Shepherd. I didn't even see the Shepherd's picks in this week. But anyway, regardless, he's still just outside. It's still within striking distance and we're not even over halfway mark yet. So there's still plenty of picks left to go, including this weekend. So let's play darts. Of course, now I'm going to switch over there, get this computer over here, and we're going to move this computer over there, and hopefully we will be able to do it. Of course, take it on. Let's get into it. We're going to take on Brentford now against QPR. And remember, I am in a car, so this is going to be not as easy as it should be in the real world when we go back and wear my Buffalo Bills shirt. It's Buffalo Bill Day today, even though they're not playing, but they're my team. I've got to fake it till I make it in the NFL community. I don't even know what I talk about. Oh, it's a try. I mean, a touchdown or whatever. Anyway, let's talk about Brentford against QPR. Of course, it's a bit of a all-London affair, a bit of a derby, this bad boy. And again, I'm in a bloody car, so we're waiting for it. Here it comes. So, of course, the last 6 matches between the two sides have ended up 4 wins for Brentford, 1 win for QPR, and 1 bloody draw. Last time they played each other, in fact, was in Brentford, in their old stadium, remember, it was a 3-1 win for Brentford. That was back in January 2020. The goal scorers on the day, if the machine would allow, it'll tell me, it was Saeed Benrahma, Brian Mbemba, and Ollie Watkins. It was BMW, no longer, no more. Did they have another BMW? Is it, did they replaced Benrahma? Who was up there? Tony. It's TMW now, I guess. And they got rid of Watkins as well. Goodness gracious me, it's just M. It's just poor M. TM, too much info. Is that right? Don't know. Tony. No, I'm wrong. Naki Wells and Scotia for QPR. I'm ranting here. I'm on a ramble. So 3-1 win for Brentford in the end. That was the last time they played each other, of course. Heading into this, of course, Brentford unbeaten in 6 games, winning just 2 of them, though. 4 draws as well. On the flip side, QPR just won defeat the past 5. They're looking good at the moment as well. That defeat, of course, was against Blackburn Bloody Rovers. In fact, if I do it this way, I might have some more info for you. I just remembered about this. Heading into this, Brentford actually drawn their last 3 home matches in this, and they've actually won their last 5 matches at home against QPR in all competitions. On the flip side, Brentford actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 9 matches against QPR as well. We'll take a closer look at that. The bookies odds now 13-8 for Brentford. They are stone cold favourites. 14-5 is your draw. 24-5 is your away win. That is, of course, matey boys right there. QPR. A quick look at the situation in the table in just a second. Of course, Brentford come into this. They're on the climb. They're into 9th at the moment, but with them they could actually go as high as 4th. On the flip side, QPR come into this in 13th spot, but with them they could go as high as 9th. In fact, if they do win, they'll actually possibly leapfrog Brentford in the bloody process. For me, what have I gone for? I've gone with a cheeky 2-2 win for Brentford to take it to the house and again kick on their season and maybe into the playoffs for the first time in a long time. Next up, of course, we have Reading up against Bristol City, of course. These 2 sides coming into this. Where are they in the table? Bristol City in 3rd, Reading in 6th, so it's a playoff encounter, this one. Big Bobby Dazzler, 6-pointer. Anyway, the last 6 between 2 sides. 1 win for Reading, 4 wins for Bristol City, and 1 bloody draw. Last time played each other was at Reading in Majewski Stadium back in January 2020. It was Jamie Patterson on the score sheet for Bristol City to give them all 3 points. Heading into this, Bristol City have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 matches in the Championship. They come into this, of course, unbeaten in 4 games now, 3 wins and a draw to boot. On the flip side, Reading without a win in 5. Last time they were victorious was against Blackburn Rovers. Of course it bloody was. Heading into this, let's take a closer look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? Reading are actually 8-5 for the victory. 21-10 is your draw. 90-10 is your bloody away win on this. So, probably fancying, perhaps Reading on this bad boy. Just got to keep an eye on my dogs. My dogs is running loose here. Alrighty, pal. A quick look at the situation table, of course, a win for either of these 2 sides in the top 6, and I think mathematically they could go into the top 2. Reading in 6th spot, they could go all the way up as high as 2nd spot. On the flip side, if Bristol City were to be victorious in 3rd, they could go top of the pops. Oh yeah, top of the pops with a big fat W if they were to get the result they are looking for. For me, I'm going with a cheeky 1-1 draw, playing it safe, of course. All eyes will be on it. Early door kickoff on Saturday. Next up, of course, in my eyes, we have Birmingham City. They're taking on Millwall, of course. What kind of derby is this? Is this a special derby? Is it the Gary Rowett derby? Oh, goodness. I've clicked the bloody wrong one here, lads. I've clicked the bloody wrong one. Not even I clicked it. I've clicked it in the wrong place. So it's going to take me a minute to sidestep this sucker. I've got an audience with Dirk Copeland right now. So they're going to be analysing my talking skills. But anyway, heading into this, of course, let's take a look at Birmingham up against Millwall. I'm on an iPad 1, 2nd gen. Yeah. Frankenstein computer. Heading into this, of course, these 2 sides played each other a whole bunch of times, according to me. But the last 6, he's 1 win for Birmingham, 3 for Millwall, and 2 bloody draws, including a draw last time around, which was at the Den. It was a 0-0 draw, of course, back in February 2020. On the flip side, last time they played each other at St Andrews, excuse me, it was also a bloody draw. It was a 1-1 bloody draw. That was back in November 2019. It was around this time last year, actually, on the 30th of November. So it's around about Thanksgiving Day weekend-ish, depending on if you're on this neck of the pond. Millwall have actually drawn their last 4 matches in the Championship. They've also kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches against Birmingham in all competitions. The last time they played each other, of course, was that draw. Jack Clark, Scott Salter on the score sheet, and Sean Williams as well to give themselves a point. Heading into this, the 2 sides are looking for a win. Millwall last time were victorious against Preston at Deepdale back in the 28th of October. That's a 5-game span without a win. But unbeaten in 4, picking up 4 draws on the spin. On the flip side, Birmingham back-to-back games back-to-back games unbeaten, but without a win in 4. So the past 2 games were draws against Luton and against Coventry, of course, and those 2 games were technically on the bloody road. Quick look at the situation in the bookies in 1 second as I queue up the next one, which is the biggest game of the bloody weekend, of course. But Birmingham coming to this 15-8 for the victory, 2-1 is your draw, and this one's 17-10 is your away win. That is Millwall. Of course, in the situation in the table, Birmingham, of course, doing okay at the moment. Not too brilliant, but 17th spot in the table. But a win for them, they could actually go as high as 12th. Millwall on free fall at the moment. They're in 10th spot, but a win for them, still can get themselves right back into the contention, back up to 7th with a big fat W on this one. I have gone with a 1-0 win for Birmingham. That's right, surprise, surprise. I don't usually do that, but I'm going with it. Of course, next up is the biggest game of the weekend. It is Blackburn Rovers against Barnsley. No watch along this time around. I'm still up here, still up the road. But the next time against Millwall, we'll be back, and hopefully we'll have a watch along, of course. Heading into this, of course, these two sides have played each other a whole bunch, of course. But the last 6, these 2 wins of Rovers, 3 wins of Barnsley, and 1 draw. That's right, Barnsley have the edge. Last time I played each other was at Oakwell, was a 2-0 win for Barnsley. Chaplin and Brown on score sheet for Barnsley. Last time I played each other at Rovers was a 5-goal thriller. Bradley Dacarina with a couple of goals. Stuart Downing as well. Connor Chaplin, Collingwood draw again in 3-2 win. Barnsley have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 6 matches against Barnsley, against Rovers in all competitions. Heading into this, Rovers, not the best. Unbeaten in 4, which is pretty good. On the flip side, 2 wins in the past 4 games for Barnsley. Those wins were against Derby and against Nottingham Forest. They did come into this on the back of that defeat against Brentford. Quick look at the situation in the bookies. 2019 on Rovers high favourites 5-2 is your draw. 3-1 is your long shot. That is Barnsley on this one, of course. Quick look at the situation out in the league. Rovers, where are they? Mid-table, something like that. Quick look at that. Where are we? We are actually in 12th. A win for them. We could also go as high as bloody 7th. On the flip side, Barnsley doing well. They're actually in 14th spot, and they could also go as high as 10th with a big fat W this weekend. I'm going bold on this one. Rovers are convinced. Whenever I convince a good performance like this, they're gonna disappoint me. But I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Rovers. Losing my breath. Heading into this bad boy. Next up, of course, we have we have Cardiff up against Luton. Getting into this bad boy, then shall we? Of course, down in Wales. The last 6 encounters between just 3 wins for Cardiff, 1 win for Luton, and 2 bloody draws. Last time I played was at Kenilworth Road. It was a 1-0 win for Cardiff. However, last time I played in Cardiff, in Wales, was back in August 2019. It was a 3-0 win for Luton. It was in the Carabao Cup, of course. However, last time I played in the league in Wales was a 2-1 win for Cardiff. That was back in August 2019. The goal scorers was Aidan Flint, Isaac Vassell, with Matty Pearson getting the 1-0 goal for Luton Town. Heading into this, Luton have actually drawn the last 3 matches in the Championship. They come into this without just 1 win or 1 defeat in the past 6. That was, of course, against Rotherham on the flip side. Just 1 win in the past 6 for Cardiff. That was against Barnsley at the start of the month. Quick look at the bookies odds. 4-3 on Cardiff are your favourites. 30-5 is your draw. 4-1 is your away win on this one. Quick look at the situation out in the league. And it tells you, of course, Cardiff on a bit of a rut at the moment. 18th spot at the moment, but a win for them, they could actually go as high as 13th. Flip side, Luton are in 11th, and a win for them, they could actually go as high as 7th as well. For me, what have I gone for? I've gone with a 0-0 snore draw. That's right. 2 teams looking for results. They're not going to find it in Wales. Next up, of course, we have, what do we have? Derby against Wycombe. Woo! This one's a fruity one, of course. It's Wayne Rooney's Derby. Last chance saloon if he's going to get a win in his regime. Now, these 2 sides I don't really think they've ever played each other in the past. It's thinking about it. It's bloody thinking about it, but I don't think so. I can't see any record. Anyway, heading into this, Derby have actually failed to score in their last 4 matches in the Championship. They've also lost 7 of the last 8 matches at home. Wycombe have actually failed to score in the last 3, but they come into this just 1 defeat in the past 6. That's shit hot form for Wycombe. 2 wins in that cluster as well. On the flip side, Derby 4 defeats on the spin, just 1 win all season, and they're rooted to the foot of the table. It is a relegation 6-pointer. Derby actually red hot favourites 5-4 for the victory. 13-5 is your draw. 18-5 is your Wycombe Wanderers on this bad boy. So it's a long. Still Derby comfortably favourites on this one. We'll have to see which way it goes. If Wayne Rooney gets a win, I think if he doesn't get a win, it's over for him as a manager for this period. He will come back, I'm sure. For me, what have I gone with? I've gone with a 2-0 win for Derby. Yes, I do. He has to win this one. It's the final buzzer. Heading into the next one, of course, Watford against Preston down at Vicarage Road. Now, these 2 sides play each other, of course, a bunch of times. But the last 6 sees 3 wins for Preston, 1 win for Watford, and 2 bloody draws. Last time played each other was, in fact, at Deepdale in the Carabao Cup. And in 2015, it's a while ago, that was 1-0 win for Preston. Last time played each other in the league was also at Deepdale. It was back in 2011, and that was back in May. It was a 3-1 win for Preston. Last time played each other, though, at Vicarage Road was a 2-2 draw back in February 2011. Sean St. Leger, Liam Clark on score sheet for Preston, Matt Wilchello and Adam Thompson on score sheet for Watford, of course. Heading into this, Watford actually won 5 of their 6 home matches in the Championship. They've also scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 home matches against Preston in all competitions. They come into this unbeaten in the past 4 games. Watford's picking up 2 wins and 2 draws to boot. On the flip side, Preston come into this 2 wins in the past 4 as well, and also picking up, it's kind of hot and cold for them. Win 1, lose 1, win 1, lose 1. They're due a win, and it could be this weekend. That's what I'm saying. Away days, that's where their forte is. Of course, the bookies odds. What do we have on the bookies odds? Evens for Watford for the victory. 12-5 is the draw. 3-1 is your away win. on this one. What do we think on that then? Of course, for me, coming into it in the old situation in the league, of course, Watford are in 5th, and for them, they could actually go 2nd. Preston coming to this in 15th, and with them they could actually go as high as 10th in the league. I've gone with 2-2 bloody draw goals galore, and again keeps Watford unbeaten, and it keeps Preston doing okay away. Next up, of course, we have Huddersfield up against Middlesbrough. Now these two sides again played each other a bunch of times, but the last 6 he's 5 wins for Middlesbrough, nothing for Huddersfield, and 1 bloody draw. Last time I played each other was in fact in the Riverside back in around about Boxing Day. It actually was on Boxing Day last year, 1-0 win for Middlesbrough. But last time I played each other at the John Kirklees, whatever it is, John Smith Stadium, the McAlpine, whatever it is. These days, 23rd of October 2019, it was a 0-0 bloody draw. Millwall have actually kept a clean sheet in their last 5 matches against Huddersfield in all competitions, and they've actually drawn their last 3 away matches this season in the Championship. They've also kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 6 matches as well. They're grinding along nicely, just 1 defeat the past 6 for them. That was against Norwich. On the flip side, without a win in 4 for Huddersfield. Of course, just 1 win in 6 if you want to open it up a little bit more than that. Look at the situation in the league, in the bookies. 11-5 for Huddersfield, 7-5 is Middlesbrough. They are the favourites. 21-10 is your draw. Borough grinding on nicely up to 7th at the moment, but for them, they could go as high as 3rd. Huddersfield coming to in 16th for the win for them. They could go as high as 12th in the league. That's right. Smash dot dash dot. What do you think about that? Well, I'll tell you what I think about that in a tick, because I'm in a bloody car lining up the next one. Of course, I've gone with the 1-0 win for Huddersfield. That's a right old spanner in the works there. That's a coupon buster right there, if you're a bookie or if you're a betting fella. But yeah, going with the upset there with the 1-0 win for Huddersfield to get themselves back on track. I don't know. I've kind of gone against the form, gone against the bookies, gone against everything that says this. You get those occasion. Well, pretty much every weekend there's a surprise. Anyway, heading into the next one, Norwich against Coventry, of course, top versus strugglers. The last 6 seasons, 4 wins for Norwich, 1 for Coventry, and 1 draw. Last time played was in fact in 2016 in August at Cardiff Road. It was a 6-1 win in the Carabao Cup. Goal scorers on the day: Carl Lafferty with the goal, Sergi Canos with a couple of goals, Jacob Murphy, Russell Martin, and Ben Godfrey on the score sheet. Ruben Lamieres on the score sheet for Coventry in a 6-1 loss. Of course, last time played in the league at Carabao Road was a 2-2 draw back in May 2011. It was a Grant Holt on the score sheet, Danny Pachero as well, with Richard Keogh and Lucas Chikowitz on the score sheet for Coventry. Heading into this, Norwich have actually scored at least 3 goals in the last 3 matches against Coventry in all competitions, whereas Coventry have actually lost the last 4 away matches heading into this. Just 1 win in past 4 for them. That was, of course, against Cardiff the other day. Norwich 4 wins out of 5. They are red hot at the moment. Not as free-flowing as they were the last time around in the Championship, but they're doing good. They are, of course, getting the results in heading into this. Of course, the bookies are 10-6 on Coventry and Norwich. Stone Cold Ferris 3-1 is your draw. 24-5 is your away win on this. Of course, top versus, I don't know where they are in a minute. I'll tell you. I'm just queuing up next one. Queuing up the next. If my computer doesn't do anything stupid. It's so slow. One of these days I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna burn this iPad or smash it because it's got no use. It is like a paperweight. Heading into this, of course, Norwich sit top of the pops at the moment, 27 points on the board. With them, they could maintain that top, or they will maintain that top of the league status. Coventry doing okay for the time being, of course, sitting in 21 spot, but for them, they could actually shoot up to 16th. Big result if they were to do it. And they're in this. They're in this. They're not relegation fodder, of course. I think they're in a better shape than Luton and Barnsley were last year. I've gone with a 3-0 win though. I think Norwich will smash them and take it to the bank. Next up, of course, Rotherham against Bournemouth. Of course, these two sides played again a few times over the course of time. But the last 6 seasons, 4 wins for Bournemouth, 1 win for Rotherham, and 1 draw. Last time played was in fact in Rotherham. It was a 2-0 win for Bournemouth back in 2015 in the Championship as well. I'm going to hopefully give you the goal scorers on this. I think it was Tommy Elphick. Yep, and Callum Wilson on score sheet for Bournemouth. Bournemouth actually won the last 3 matches in the Championship, and they've also won the last 3 away matches against Rotherham in all competitions. Heading into this, Bournemouth have also scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches in the Championship. They're coming to this, though, just 1 defeat the past 6 for them. That was against Sheffield Wednesday. On the flip side, just 1 win the past 5 for Rotherham. That was against Preston. I think that was at home. Bookies odds, 10-3 for Rotherham, 11-30-5 is your draw, 20-17 on. That is your Bournemouth for the W on this. What do we think on this one? What do we bloody think on this one? Of course, Bournemouth going to 2nd and win for them. They could mathematically go top of the pops. On the flip side, Rotherham coming to this in 19th and win for them. They could actually go as high as 16th as well. For me, though, I think Bournemouth will nick it. As much as I don't want to say it, they're going to nick it. 2-1 win to take it to the bank. because I don't want them to stretch. I want this to be a tight league. That's what I'm saying. And into the penultimate game here, we have the Tony Pulis derby. That's right. Who'd have thunk it? Sheffield Wednesday up against Stoke. Can he do it in a cold night in Stoke? He can. Can he do it in a cold night at Hillsborough? He might as well have to step up to the plate. Anyway, the last 6 between two sides, 1 win for Sheffield Wednesday, 2 wins for Stoke, and 3 bloody draws. Last time played each other was in fact in Stoke. It's a 3-2 win for Stoke back in Boxing Day 2019. Last time played each other at Middlesbrough, Hillsborough was a 1-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday back in October 2019. Massimiliano Lugongo on the score sheet. Heading into this, Stoke have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches. 3 wins in the past 5 for them, not too bad. On the flip side, just 1 defeat the past 4 for Sheffield Wednesday. That was, of course, against Preston. 1-0 loss. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one. We have bookies odds 9-5 for Sheffield Wednesday. 90-10 is your draw. 15-8 is your Stoke on this one. Of course, Sheffield Wednesday need the points, so still in that drop zone at the moment, but they're making traction. They'll be all right. I think they'll be all right, especially with Pulis in charge. They're actually 7 points at the moment, but for them, they actually will go above potentially Wycombe into 22nd spot. On the flip side, Stoke coming to this in 8th, and for them, they could actually go as high as 3rd in the bloody league. I've gone with a 1-0 win for Pulis' boys to outstoke Stoke in the bloody end. And wrapping it up, it'll be Nottingham Forest against Swansea. Bit of a fruity one, this one, of course. Swansea ousted Nottingham Forest for that last playoff spot last season. 7-goal swing. Remember the 7-goal swing. Cost the man his job, ultimately, with matey boy losing it eventually. Anyway, heading into the last 6 between two sides. 2 wins for Forest. I think I got 1 win for Swansea on that one. 3 draws as well. Last time I played, in fact, in Nottingham, in City Ground, was a 2-2 draw back in July 2020. Costly 2-2 draw, perhaps, you would think, for Forest. Sammy Obi with a couple of goals. Ryan Brewster, Andrew Ayew as well on the score sheet. Carl Norton got himself sent off. Heading into this, Swansea just 1 win in the past 4 for them, or 1 defeat the past 6, depending on how you look at it. Back-to-back games without a win for Forest. In fact, back-to-back games with a defeat. Look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have? It's 9-5 for Nottingham Forest, 8-5 for Swansea. They are the favourites. 11-5 is your draw. And of course, Swansea coming to this in prime time position for a strike at top 2. They're in 4th spot, but a win for them, they could actually go as high as 2nd. Forest, though, they're struggling at the moment, down 20th, but a win for them, they could go as high as 16th in the bloody league. For me, I'm going with a 2-1 win, and no surprise on the cards there for Nottingham Forest. That's right. And if I am bloody right, which I bloody well hope so, it will look like this, the table. Norwich City sitting top of the pops with 1 point clear of Bournemouth. Bristol City, Watford, Reading and Brentford make up your power 6. Rovers up to 8th. I'll be happy with that. And then Wycombe, Derby and Coventry going down as it stands. But of course, Sheffield Wednesday realistically in that discussion as well. But that's what I think of course will happen. Be sure to get your picks in nice and early for La Prediction League as we try to kickstart the festive period right here on the channel. We've got lots of content. I'm going to hopefully have a lot of content coming out this week, but realistically, I just don't have the bloody time. It's hard bloody work keeping up with the heat in a bloody car. That's right. Of course, that's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a good old thumbs up, and of course, give the old button of subscribe as well. Smash the little bell as well, so you don't miss a beat. And also, if you want to check out the links down below, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, we're trying to get my numbers up to 250 on Twitch as quick as possible. And then, of course, if you want to support the channel another way, just like Humphrey, the latest member of the Patreon gang, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. But until then, though, I'm going to get going. A turkey is calling. A turkey with my bloody name on it. I'm a-coming. Here's to you once again, Americanos. Happy Thanksgiving. And to all you Americans, English folks, happy Barnsley smashing day. How about that? Until then, I'll see you all very soon. Until then, take it easy. Ciao for now.